Hey everybody, welcome to Shifty's Club. This video is not in my series. This is a for fun video. Before I get my arm surgery, I want to leave one last thing. Let me adjust this contrast here because nobody wants to see a bright light at the top of the can. Today, we are going to cook one of my favorite meals, homemade. This video is going to take an hour, so unless you guys get the time, I would not suggest watching the whole thing. I would wait. We are going to make what I call pretzel bread pizza, Italian sausage topped. We have Auntie Auntie's pretzel mix. Obviously, it's Sunday, so nobody wants to look at that. You have Prego pizza sauce. Again, pizzeria style. Normally I love Sargento cheese, but they had a sale on the Publix brand, which is literally just as good, trust me. The Publix brand 6 cheese Italian, which I love. Fill again. And then we have our mild Italian ground sausage from Publix. So, what we're going to do today is make a pretzel bread pizza. For me, this doesn't take long because all I need is some pretzel mix. It's a bowl. The measuring cup. Oh. I'm going to kick his ass for that. We're going to take this, and I got a Brita filter on my sink, so, and then I'm going to fill this up with hot, not completely hot, but lukewarm water, and I'm going to let it sit on warm. Well, I'm not going to purify it right now. I'm going to let it, kind of run the right way. While that's going, I'm going to open up this box. Take our pretzel bread mix out. We have plenty of goodies here. And there's the dry yeast that comes in the package. Trust me, I don't use everything. Everything in this package is not worth using, trust me. Like this, baking soda and brown sugar, not necessary. But we do need the yeast. So, now that it's hot, oh shoot. It needs to be lukewarm. Not cold, lukewarm. I can't have it. It's good enough for me. We're going to put 10 ounces in here. That is 10 ounces without double checking. We know that's 10 ounces. Now, basically what we're going to do is we're going to mix dry yeast with this. Or sorry, the water with the dry yeast. So, and Auntie Auntie likes the Red Star brand dry yeast. And I make my pizza a little different than the way the box would normally say to make it. So, turn my wonderful pampered chef holder around. And you guys who know me, you know I'm not gay, but I love to cook. So, now we're going to take our smell good yeast. Oh, God. I always do that to show everybody, you know, it really does smell awful. Now, what I'm going to do is mix the yeast into the measuring cup because we will not be needing it anymore. All right. Now, I will get a heavy duty or premium spoon. Walmart has has the 100 count spoons, but one's premium, one's not, you know. And you got to keep stirring this stuff, otherwise it's not really going to work out well. But anyway, we keep stirring it. There's not much wrist action involved, so I just keep letting my left wrist do that while I empty out the rest of this contents here. And this yeast is literally starting to build up, and that's what it's usually supposed to do. But unlike most of the experts who do this, I do not let that sit because it will harden so fast that it is not even funny. So instead, do all this mix, pour it. I should have totally made a bigger hole because this stuff's never going to come out. There we go. Anyway, this right here is right at 2 pounds of pretzel mix. So yeah, the bread alone is going to weigh 3 pounds. So I pour this. I will take my spoon. I'm going to make sure I dig the rest of this out. And now, my hands are clean. And now, instead of what I normally do, I don't drink coffee, I drink tea, and that is how I make tea. It's with a coffee pot. We are going to get our hands dirty, stirring the pretzel mix. I turned it on accidentally. Uh-oh. Oh well, who cares? It's fine now. Anyway, basically what I'm doing here is making sure all this gets pretty much mixed in. You can see how messy this gets. If you can't see, I'll let you see how messy this gets. And yeah, this is what pretzel bread mix looks like, guys. You can't really see it that well, but still. And good thing is we're only 10 minutes into the video. So I'm going to go ahead and get that tossed to the side. It says to mix it into a ball, but I find it pointless to mix into a ball. I really do. The because you're not technically making pretzels, it's pretzel bread pizza. It's not really going to matter that much to me. So, yeah, it's all starting to stick together. You can tell that everything is wanting to come together real nicely. All right. Well, that's good for me. I'm going to go ahead and get this off my hand. Spoon does a better job than my fingers do. Not really. Oh well. So, here we've got a very messy pretzel bread pizza, guys. Pizza crust. And I'm going to go ahead and do this. Get it sort of kind of more onto that and less onto my hands. Because I have to take a pan and I need them to be not completely dirty. But I guess I'm going to have to just deal with it. So, even with dirty hands, we are going to take my favorite pan. If I hold it up against me, you'll see how big this thing actually is. Literally. So you know that I'm actually holding up to my chest, not way out here to make it look huge. This is I'd say about a foot and a half in diameter. So it's going to be a good 55, 56 inches in circumference with a good, I'm going to say somewhere around, let's see if it's a foot and a half, it'd just be pi r squared, so it'd be 324 times 3.14, which would be right at 900. So I'd say somewhere around 920. I'm not at a blackboard right now, so I can't really do the math. But this thing is huge. My favorite part is spraying the butter. I use artificial butter spray. I spray the entire pan. I'm going to go ahead and preheat that at 400. I spray this pan. I spray pretty good. And I like to get it nice and buttery. Make sure that the and trust me when I say this, guys, that the pretzel bread pizza is absolutely divine. You guys will get to see the finished product. You can't really see me make it right now because of, how far away you guys are and how I have to have my back turned to you guys. Now I'm gonna have to mix a little bit of this powder. I'm gonna have to mash it in so it'll mix itself. Don't worry, once the yeast gets a hold of it, it will become part of the pizza. But because it looks individualized, you have to mash it out. After you mash it in, but it's completely fine the way it is, guys. Believe me when I say this will be a pizza worth eating once it comes out. I have eaten this pizza many, many times. And I've loved every single slice of it. This, you can hear all that racket. That tells you that that's prep kitchen work. This is true food making. This isn't like those cooking channels where you get to watch them, you know, use all these fancy tools. I don't have fancy tools in the kitchen because I do not like fancy tools in the kitchen. Old-fashioned hand method is how we like to do it in my house. And since I'm literally not the only person, but close to the only person in this house, I love to make things by hand. Now, I got a lot of middle left over, so I'm going to have to squeeze a lot of it to the edge. I basically wrap it like that. It's pretty much very easy to mash it out, you know, kind of get it out to that edge. Now, this is not, when you mash it down as far as I did, trust me, it is by no means going to be a flat pizza because you have not cooked the bread yet and it will start to rise like crazy. And then I'm going to make this really high. Get that boundary so the sauce can't escape. This will rise like you've never seen it before. Okay, so basically, that right there is our pizza, and it's okay to, you know, get all those scraps and scrums off, especially since I'm the only one going to be eating the pizza. Pizza. Now I can wash my hands. So, now that the oven's warming, my crust is complete. And I hope I still have viewers right now. I am now going to do something that no person has seen happen. I'm going to take the same butter I used to spray the pan. I'm spraying the top with butter from the crust. Now, this is the salt that comes with it. The salt is going to be spread over the crust like you'd normally see on pretzels. Now, no pretzels without its salt, and I'm sure you guys know health risks of using salt or whatnot, but this one, we're actually going to pour the salt directly onto it. Take our pan butter spray with pretzel bread mix, with pan butter spray on it and salt. Put it in here. And now, while that starts to cook, we are going to make the Italian sausage. Now, this isn't the pan that I like to use. Which one? Here it is. This is a wherever pan. Love it to death. We are going to put this onto medium heat. The whole, our Italian sausage. I thought that did it, but I guess it didn't. I'll just use the scissors, make it easier. 1 pound of Italian sausage. It doesn't seem like much, and it's probably not. And then something down there just got caught up, but I'm not really worried about it. Because now we are going to take here's what I always tell people. You can choose, and this is my Pampered Chef, and this is technically a turn scrambler, but sometimes I like to use it for meat. But because we're literally short on time, instead I'm going to use the egg scrambler because we are short on time. I'm sure all of you know what an egg scrambler is, or something that goes on the end of a blender. Here is basically how this is used. You mash it down. This thing literally beats the crap out of the meat. It will force the meat out of its place and crumble it up. This is if you're in a hurry. And because I'm doing a video, I'm in a hurry. Otherwise, I would have prepped this earlier and I would have taken my time with everything. And besides, this is going to be, what, a 30, 40-minute video? Oh my God. That hurt so bad. Ow. Oh my God. Okay, so I've got to watch this now. Let's go. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead, get my turn scrambler, because I really just don't want to have to sort of kind of do much. Oh my God, that hurt. We're just going to ignore the food on the floor for now. I'll clean it up after the video, but this doesn't do that good of a job, but it'll at least chop the meat to a point. You have to be very consistent at this in order to do a good job. Otherwise, I hate when that happens. And trust me, this pork cooks fast. Now, since it's starting to sizzle, we're turning it on 3. We're going to let it slow cook on both sides. It's already starting to sizzle. We're going to turn it over before it gets really low heat. This, I'm just going to tell you guys, this is probably the most boring and time-consuming part because I love Italian sausage on my pizza, but I usually don't like when you get a store-bought pizza and get Italian sausage on it, or if you go to like Pizza Hut or somewhere and get Italian sausage, I don't like it like that. I really don't. Instead, I like to homemade my Italian sausage. That's one thing people don't know about me is I'm not just a cheese person. It has to be kind of cooked. I can't like have just random Italian sausage. Places like Stevie B's, I've done the research. They actually use not the exact same Italian sausage, but it's literally a company that has the exact same standard as a company that does Publix, and so yeah, it's good Italian sausage. And just to let you guys know, it's somewhere around 4:30 or 5 o'clock in the morning. So yes, I am making pizza for breakfast. the the ideal behind this is that I love to have my largest meal of the day. I like to have it first. And the reason why is because of the entire process that the body goes through. You have more energy to burn during the day, and if you eat large at the end of the day and you're ready to sleep and everything, it's really not going anywhere, and that's usually where your weight gain comes from. It's not eating the most at breakfast or in the morning. It's eating the most when you wake up from sleep. It's a very, very hard concept to get across to most of your stupid doctors, quacks. And a lot of things they say about people that work the third shift or stay up during the night and sleep during the day, they have worse health. Well, I've got news for them. It's basically because those who work third shift pretty much already have bad health or don't have the education because they're into drugs or something. When you go to Walmart at night for third shift, you can see all the people that you see there. They're in bad condition, a lot of them, and that's usually where it actually comes from. Not the fact that they develop bad health, but because they are already in bad health. There's a lot of misconstrued points that so-called doctors have made. So just to get some of those points across, I know this isn't Dr. Phil with Rachel Ray or anything, but just to let you guys know, it's But to get back to my point, breakfast is, or at least in this case, this is going to be my largest meal of the day. And just waking up in the morning, didn't really feel like sleeping that much, which is where normally your bad health comes from, is not sleeping as much. But my surgery is tomorrow, or no, sorry, the day after tomorrow. So I am going to be impossible to cook. Now I'm just gonna check in on the pizza crust. Okay, that right there, that's coming along pretty good. Okay, that's working out pretty good for us. So now I'm gonna turn this back up to medium. I'm gonna force cook this stuff, cook the red out because I hate the red. Let that warm back up. You guys see? There's the pot. A whole can of Prego pizza sauce. The entire can goes onto the pizza. I'm gonna let it sit upside down like that so it can get as much of that into the pizza as possible. The can at Walmart where I live literally costs $1.59 when I could get the Great Value brand for $1 or the Ragu for $1.29. But I'd rather pay for quality, and you just can't get that with the Walmart brand or Ragu or even the store brands. Really don't have the same quality pizza taste that Prego has. I mean, I just like it that much better. Don't know why. I mean, it's just, I guess, quality. Okay. Turn that off. Look how much came out. Wow. It's amazing. You leave it upside down, it comes out like a breeze. No, I know it's been 30 minutes, guys. If you hold on with me, you're going to get to see a finished product in action. Because these ingredients aren't frozen, they don't take but 5 to 10 minutes to cook, which is amazing because you will get to see a finished product literally in about 10 minutes. I'm just letting as much of this as I can run off into the pan or run onto the, you know what I mean, onto our pizza. Okay. So we used an entire can of Prego pizza sauce. Spread this pretty good. Now that can is pretty much 1 pound of pizza sauce, so it's not exactly the ideal thing people do because usually a person only puts a fourth a can or so, but I like sauce. I like the pizza sauce. I'm not big on the other sauces like your pasta sauce. I like that particular pizza sauce spice. I don't know why, but I guess because of the blend that they use. You can see, well, you can't really see, but you'll see when it gets finished. I'm trying to pretty much cover the spots that are very bare. You don't want to have too many bare spots, otherwise it ruins the integrity of the pizza, and nobody wants that. The same thing goes with putting on the meat during the cooking process, because the meat's already cooked. You just want to let the cheese settle a little bit on top of the sauce before you start the process. So now we take 2 bags of 6 Italian cheese, or 6 cheese Italian. You guys literally, I know you can't see this, but this is huge. This pizza is literally going to come out weighing, if you count the bags, these are 8-ounce bags of cheese, so 2 of these is a pound. 1 pound of sauce, that's 2 pounds. And 2 pounds of bread dough mix, which is 4, plus the water that I added was more than a pound, so that makes that 5. And then the sausage was 1 pound, so make it 6. So 6-pound pizza is basically what we're looking at here. And I mean, I pretty much like it. It's a really good pizza once you get to try it. So let me go ahead and roll this one out a little before I start piling up more cheese on this. People look at me like I'm crazy whenever I make these pizzas. They see very bad things, and you know that's perfectly fine. They might not like the pizza. I love it. I personally could eat my homemade pizzas every single night. I mean, that's how much I like the pizza. And you can see how much cheese I'm actually putting on this. And I make, like, none of the Italian cheeses give me the gas like the American and the Swiss do. And like almost every single different yogurt will. I guess it's the specific creams or fats. I have no idea how that works. But for some reason, I've not had any problems with the Italian cheese like I do with American and all that. Yeah, so if I ever say I can't have that kind of cheese to you guys and you see me eating pizza, well, yeah, that's because I can't really have American or Swiss because I will gas it out. I have no idea why, and I really don't want to find out, but still. I'm trying to make sure I have a nice even line. All the cheese that's extra, try to round up the crust a little. Trying to get that savory goodness in. Okay, the pan, well, for some reason, still not cold enough now. So now we are going to take the pizza, put it in. It's 400. It's been preheated. We are now going to start cleaning up our mess. And this is probably the most fun part about it, is the cleanup process. Because everybody likes to clean up their own mess. Otherwise, the world would be too dirty to live in. So now I'm going to go ahead and wash my hands again. I really like to wash my hands, guys. It's a process that can't really be done too much, but and again, those of you guys who are Pokemon fans and you're trying to sit through this just to see what I'm doing. I apologize if this has no interest towards you, but again, I absolutely love this. It's pretty much one of my favorite things to do. So I'm just going to pretty much just walk around, just do whatever I want. Oh, and by the way, guys, it is 6:30 a.m. where I'm at. My homemade tea. I'll show you guys how I make that sometime, but I mean, it's a pretty simple process. Lipton family bags, they come with one big, huge bag. And when you're making it, you pretty much just take the tea bag and squeeze as much as you can out of the bag without breaking it. um, but but you have to be very careful when you're working that thing because a coffee pot that you make tea with is going to be very difficult to use just a tea bag. Most people cut it open. I actually don't. I let it just run through the tea bag, and when it gets through, I just mash out the juice I can, and then I just let it, kind of stir it. Then I'll pour it into a gallon bucket with ice, or it actually looks like this. I'm almost out. That's basically what it looks like. I mean, you guys can't see this, but the cheese is starting to come along. This is where you add the meat. Do not let the grease follow. Try to keep the grease out of the pizza. Try to let all the grease run out. I'm trying to be very careful to get as little grease as possible. I'm trying to squeeze some of it out before it goes onto the pizza because nobody likes a greasy pizza. Well, unless you're a corporate brand like Pizza Hut and grease is your thing. But pretzel bread is very hard to get greasy. I mean, it's just not the kind of dough that really gets greasy, even with the butter. It's more natural than most. I go and set that down like that. So I'm pretty much looking at a pizza that is almost done. Putting those sausage crumbles, trying to spread them out because you don't want them all too close. But I do love every single bite to contain a piece of Italian sausage, especially when it's homemade. And I hope the guys that are fatter than me watching, guys, please do not harass me about this. Even though I highly doubt there's too many people watching this that's fatter than me. So, I mean, this pretty much explains how I get as fat as I am. Because I love to cook and I know how to cook. That's a very dangerous combination when you're heavy set. And I guess this thing's ready to go back in. This time we're actually going to leave it in for a little while longer. That bread is literally the way you would push it if you went to any Pizza Hut. It basically filled the exact same resistance, I guess is the word you would use. Never pour grease into a sink. It's kind of cool, so it can actually go in a garbage can now. I'm pretty much done with this. So, what I like to do is take, this is a Lysol Complete Care. It's got a scrub side on one and it's got a wet side on another. Basically, first round you want to scrub really well while that pizza's cooking. Obviously, you know this is going to be very hot, so you got to be moving when you clean it. Now I'm going to go back over it, the clean side, to give it that nice finishing touch. Again, you have to move fast on that oven, otherwise that chlorine makes it, gets it really bad hot. And that is clean. Time to wash my hands again. I'm sorry guys that this video is 50 minutes long, but I hope you guys do enjoy this. And I can't really edit the videos that go this large because I'm working pretty much 20 episodes onto a built-in webcam. And any of you guys who are good with computers like I am, you know how bad that they are at taking up a lot of space. Don't know why, but they are. Anyway, we've got about, I don't know, a couple minutes, I guess. Anyway, when this finished product comes out, I will barely be able to cut it. It is thick, juicy, and very hot. Just like it downstairs. So you guys know. Probably my favorite part about the pizza is taking that first bite of almost perfection. I always do like, mwah, delicioso. You know, I'm not Italian, I can't speak a lick of Italian, but unless I'm flirting with girls from Italy, I'm like, you know. Like, ciao, prostatita, quanto? No, I'm kidding. But anyway, pizza is a great food. Tastes awesome. Especially the Pretzel Crust pizza tastes superb if you make it right. And when this gets through, you will see how well this finished product looks. There's only one problem. You guys cannot see the finished product from there, so I am going to bring the pizza to you. This baby weighs maybe more than 6 pounds. I'm not sure. I have never put this thing on a scale. I'm going to put it in a chair. Basically a wooden chair. You guys can see what this pizza looks like. Now you see the size of that chair. Now try to imagine that sucker being eaten. Huge freaking pizza. So basically, the pan you've seen, that's about how big it is, but look how thick it is. It's about that thick. Right to there. About that thick. That pizza is huge. You can't buy this anywhere. Huge pretzel crust pizza tastes absolutely superb. It doesn't look like the best thing in the world. I will promise you that. It doesn't. But I can take extra large care of cutting this pizza, because if you guys ever seen the half sheets of a Bounty, basically that's what I use. The Selecta sauce, yeah, let's just say that's a lifesaver and a half. When you're making pizzas as large as I make them, then yeah. So, this huge son of a bitch. Oh man. This thing doesn't want to come up yet. I guess it's not comfortable. Oh, now let's see what. Yeah. Usually it comes off just fine, but it's being a little bit stubborn right now. So it looks like I will be cutting this thing in the pan. Anyway, you guys have seen this thing. I really don't want to cut it in the pan, but I promise you guys that you will see me take a bite out of this delicious monster, but it will be uploaded pretty much as soon as this gets uploaded. You know, being a 54-minute long video, it's not going to count as an episode. This is going to be like a special Shifty cooking, just say. And then it'll have like a subtitle, Italian sausage pretzel bread pizza. Anyway, I'm Shifty. Even though it's a special episode, I'm going to say, if you haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe. Post any comments you have in the comment section down below. I really want to see what you guys think of this huge monster, size of a pizza. And, you know, I hope that this thing turns out to be something that I can do in like 8 more weeks that I haven't forgotten how to do. Because I usually do this once a week because this is my favorite thing to eat in the world. Well, not absolutely most favorite. I can't say anything about Zaxby. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. I hope you've had as much fun as I've had, even though you've been sitting here for hours. You probably fast forwarded this thing just to get to the end to see the pizza. I'm probably certain with that. And Pokemon fans, if you sat through this thing to watch me cook a pizza, I'm sorry if that bore you half to death, but I hope it was worth it. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. I will see you next time at Shifty's Club.